Welcome back. UND hockey returned to the ice last Saturday with a victory over Manitoba in their first and only exhibition game of the season. For the details on the win and a look ahead to the start of regular season play this weekend, here's Alex Heinert with UND head coach Brad Berry in Grand Forks.
Thanks, Kelly. Well, Brad Berry, a great start to the season, a good exhibition performance for your guys. The 6-2 win over Manitoba gave a lot of people, I think, a taste of what this team is going to look like this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that it was a good start for us. Obviously, we can get a lot better in a few different areas, which we will. But it was nice to see the new guys come into the lineup and our existing guys get together for one time and do a lot of good things. But again, knowing that we got to be better for Alaska this weekend.
Yeah, people I think were looking forward to seeing what choices you were going to make with line combinations. Obviously, a new year, you're not really sure how the pieces are going to fit. Talk about why you chose to put the guys together that you did on Saturday.
Well, our identity this year is depth, and we always talked about, we have a lot of good players here, and we just got to try to manage the group that we have as far as figuring out chemistry and line combinations and deep pairings here. So initially going forward, the guys in the lineup did a good job. The guys out of the lineup are very, very good players where, they're going to get an opportunity to play. So I think in going forward here, we got to make sure that, we monitor our guys and make sure that the right ones are in the right positions.
Yeah, you talk about depth a lot and how this team is such a depth-based squad. And we saw that on Saturday. 5 different guys scored. A lot of different people had points. All 4 lines got on the score sheet. That's got to bode well for this team moving forward.
Yeah, depth. And again, it's scoring by committee, defending by committee, and winning by committee. And again, it was nice to see on Saturday night that there was a little bit of success on each line. And I thought the D played pretty well together. Peter Tomey got in. Cam Johnson played 2 periods. Peter Tomey got in and made some good saves in there. So everybody got a little bit of action there, and it was good to see.
Yeah, you talk a little bit about the rookies trying to show off put their best foot forward early. Each of them, at least from a forward position or a defensive position, had a point. And Peter Tomey, as you mentioned, made 5 saves. What did you like out of that class, what they showed on Saturday night?
Well, confidence. When you look at that group, 4 of them are 20 years old, so they're experienced of where they came from. But even the younger guys, you look at Matt Kerstead and Grant Mishmash being younger guys coming in, they look comfortable, and it goes to I think leadership of our team. When you got guys, our captaincy group and the support group there, I think them leading the way in the locker room and helping those guys out. Obviously, us as coaches give structure and as far as practice habits and different things like that, but the leadership group and helping them along here for the first 5 weeks.
It was the 16th straight win for this program over Manitoba. Again, a great way to get started in the season. How important does getting off on the right foot like this, how important is that for this team?
Well, I think the biggest thing is making sure that we play the right way. And again, the result is a bonus. Obviously that first win, it could probably go either way. You're playing an experienced Manitoba team that's been playing for the last month. They've had 6 or 7 games under their belt. They're a hard, heavy team, and they're usually pretty close games, which they are every year. For us, it's about the process and making sure the details are close to being what we want them to be going into the season, and the result is a bonus. So again, we've been fortunate to be on the good side of it for most of the time, but at the other time, that first initial game is about the process.
Yeah, you mentioned some of those details. What were some of the small detail things that you would like to see your team clean up as you move forward?
Well, I think, the execution, we always talk about execution, and that's a big deal. Early on, we weren't sure what we had. I thought we had pretty good execution. But the compete level, the intensity, the team first mentality things of having short shifts, blocking shots, doing the right things, what we do here at North Dakota, those consistent things that we want to do on a daily basis, we want to see early on, and because it just carries over for the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, the exhibition season now is wrapped up with that 6-2 win over Manitoba. Regular season starts this weekend already. A trip up to Alaska, the first time since 2012 your program is making the trip north. Just talk about the excitement that goes with getting a chance to take this team on the road and play games that really matter.
Well, I know a couple of years ago when we won the national championship, we were on the road a little bit early on, and it really helped our team bond and get together as far as create an atmosphere, a feeling of family. And again, our guys are talking about it already as far as trying to get on the road and spend some time together. So going up to Alaska, it'll be a tough test for us. But again, it's one that we're going to embrace and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, Alaska Anchorage, the team that's on the schedule, picked to finish last in the WCHA, and they were in that spot last year. But this is still a very important game. What's kind of the scout on the Seawolves? What do you expect from them at home this weekend?
They're a team. They play on Olympic sheet up there, so they play a fast-paced game. They're a heavy team. They're experienced. They got a lot of older guys in their group. But anytime that you go up to Alaska, whether it's Fairbanks or whether it's Anchorage, it's tough. You're going into their environment. And we got some guys that are, first year in our program, and we've got a lot of guys that have never been up to Alaska. And again, I think it's going to be something where we got to make sure that we focus in on right away on what we want to do.
Yeah, a 3-hour time difference between Grand Forks and Anchorage, so be aware of that as you're getting ready to watch this team in action. Brad, thanks again so much for the time. Best of luck up north, and we'll talk to you about it next week.
Thanks, Alex.
Brad Berry, head coach of UND Hockey.
All right, good stuff. Thanks so much, Alex and Coach Barry. Coming up next, it's a North Dakota showdown in head-to-head. Our guys in West Fargo and Grand Forks go at it with some up-north flair. Then later, a look at our live programming schedule for the week on Midco SN. We'll be right back.